Well, here we go. Here is part 2 of my Platinum Grass Only Challenge, No Death Run. Well, nothing much to say here. You know the rules. Check out part 1 if you haven't. But let's continue. Okay, so after Fantina, we have the fight with Barry. And he's pretty much not that challenging, but still noteworthy challenge. So I do my usual strategy. I'm trying to weaken his Staravia lead and try to set up. So that's the key. It's the strategy I like to go for, and I'll recommend that strategy here. So I'm just using Growl with Lily over and over again. And this is pretty risky because he's stacking up these double teams and it's super annoying to deal with. At this moment, I don't really have any moves to hit through evasion boosting. And here I use Stun Spore because I want to slow down the Staravia. Makes sense. And as you can see, I keep missing. Do I get a second time? Of course not. How about the third? Finally, yes. But oh my goodness, I just really hate when the AI double team spam. Just like, that's all they know how to do. Just spam double team. It's so ridiculous. I recommend always have aerial ace or some move that can never miss, so you can punish these double team spammers, evasion spammers. It's so annoying. But I got lucky and got Leech Seed, and that's very important, but unlucky with that crit. Yikes. But fortunately, since I have Leech Seed, I can stack up Curse and heal at the same time. But this is risky, I will admit, because I can get crit at any moment and die right here. Go for another curse, get a lucky paralysis, and just keep healing. And the reason why I'm doing this is so I can just sweep Barry's team easily. Because you may be wondering, okay, why are you spending so much time on Staravia? Well, I just want to set up and sweep. So if I get set up on Staravia, I can sweep the rest of Barry's team. Because Monferno is pretty scary, since Monferno is fast and has fire moves, with just one fire move. And that can really hurt my team. So if I could just make my Grotto tanky, he can sweep. So Barry sends out his Monferno. And this is why Curse spam was so good. Otherwise, I probably would have died to that. But now, I can just tank and sweep. Rosalia stun spores, but it doesn't matter. I'm already really slow. Weasel is literally no problem for the team at all. Weasel can't do anything. I could even switch out if I wanted to. Yeah, and I get unlucky with the paralysis, but I don't care. Weasel can't kill. And that's Barry. Easily done. So next up, I have the Maylene fight here. And the level cap is 32, which is also Torterra's evolution. So that's what makes Torterra really good in these challenges. He always can get his full evolution by the third gym, which makes him better than other starters who won't get it until Crasher Week. So this is really good. But okay, right here, again, remember my rule set, I can only have the same number of Pokemon as the gym leader. So I have 3, just like Maylene does. And I let off my new Rosalia, but somehow I got her to evolve finally. Goodness gracious, I hate friendship evolutions. But she finally evolved. And I use her to paralyze the Metatype. And I'm just trying to, once again, set up. That's basically my strategy. Just set up. When the Pokemon is weak enough, I can set up. But if she led with a Lucario, I couldn't set up a Lucario. But unfortunately, she doesn't. Yeah, Rock Tomb's just gonna do nothing to my Torterra. And from here, just like I didn't even bother bringing my Leech Seeder because I don't need it. I just need one curse and I can sweep. Lucario comes out. What can he do? Nothing. He dies to work. Great. It's just, Maylene is pretty easy for Torterra. And then Machoke comes in. Let's see, can I sweep? And not quite. Almost got it. I even got crit here, but fortunately, I was healthy enough to tank it. And there we go. That's Maylene defeated. Just one curse, sweep through her team. It's that easy. So Maylene's no problem. Okay, here I get the rest of my encounters. I get Tangela. She is going to be really, really good for my team. I get Carnivine, and I gotta be honest, spoilers, I don't really use Carnivine much. It's just hard to justify Carnivine. And Tropius is also good, the only grass flying type we have access to. But I also don't really use Tropius. Mostly use Tropius for Fly, HM. But anyway, here's the next berry fight, and my strategy has not changed. Leech Seed. Just try to set up. She double teams, and Leech Seed is really good for this moment because I can always heal. So even if I miss on Staravia, I'm still getting damage. I'm still getting health back. At the same time, I'm making him weaker, weaker, weaker. So unless I get an unlucky crit, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. Just cannot go wrong. So this just goes on and on. But I think right here, I think I'm going for a paralysis here, stun spore. But yeah, you want to be careful because they like to cheese you with Endeavor, which is so annoying. You normally don't expect Endeavor. Like, you'll have them like in the red, they Endeavor you, and then they will quick attack. So don't, be careful with that, okay? Endeavor is so cheesy. But anyway, it's time for my Torterra to set up and sweep this curse. Or bite. You know, I think what was going on right there, I feared that I was going to go for a curse, and then Staravia was going to Endeavor me, and I was going to kill Staravia, but I would have been like at kill range for the Monferno. So I think I just dropped the whole setup, because truth be told, this is like my second or third attempt at this, because I let the Staravia double team spam and I just got swept. So I didn't want to take any more chances. So yeah, that's my recommendation for that fight. You don't really need curse, just sweep them. Yeah, here also, uh, yeah, this fight, I think it took like three turns. Again, this would be way easier if I just had my full party, but I want to make it more of a challenge. So, yeah, for Crusher Week, he's not as easy as you would think in a grass only run, which is weird to say, but it's true. Because he leads with Gyarados, and Gyarados comes with Intimidate, he hits hard, he's neutral to flying. It's just so hard to set up on Gyarados, and I got punished several times for doing so. If he would lead off with his Quagsire instead, it would have been way easier to set up. So, while I recommend setting up, just be careful. Be careful when you're setting up on Gyarados, because it can be really risky. You absolutely need to paralysis the Gyarados and weaken him. You gotta do it. Because he hits too hard and he's too fast. I get a lucky crit to take half that health. And you can see at this point the Gyarados is not really doing much. I'm just trying to chip the Gyarados. Just preparing the rest of my team. Now I have my Leech Seed setter. And by the way, I did not bring Torterra for this fight. I kind of wanted to challenge myself a little bit more by having my starter. But also, I didn't want Torterra to get Ice Fang. So, I figured I don't really need him. I'll just need Leech Seed. And Sia has growth. This right here is more than enough. Because with one growth, even two of them, I can sweep. So I let the Gyarados die to Leech Seed, and I got lucky. So now, what can they do to stop me? Absolutely nothing. Pedal Dance for the win. Floatzel, get out of here. Low defense, out. And outspeed the Quagsire, and 4 times weak to grass. Yeah, pretty much can't do anything about that. And that's Crash or Wake. And that's the strategy I recommend. Be careful around Crash or Wake. Do not underestimate them with your grass team. Do not do that. It took me like 3 times. Okay, just be careful. But if you do that, you'll be just fine. Okay, here's my team for the upcoming Cyrus boss battle. This is the first Cyrus run, and he is really a pain to deal with. Oh my goodness. Sneasel is so fast and hits my team hard. This is why I let Lily just spam growl. I'm glad he's using Screech, so it lets him get up 2 growls. But I got Frozen. Another Ice Punch. Another Freeze. Oh my, what are even the odds of that? What are the odds of that? Getting Frozen back to back. This is very bad. Because I needed all that. Yeah, the Stun Spore, I finally get something off. But now my entire strategy is pretty much ruined. Can this be redeemed? Yeah, so I just showed you a glimpse of some of my failed attempts. This fight took multiple times. But here we go, I finally got it. So here's how I won. Finally, okay? I don't get hacked with Ice Punch. So this is how my strategy is supposed to work. I'm supposed to growl. Because once again, Sneasel hits hard. So imagine if I'm struggling this much with Sneasel, imagine how much I struggle with Weavile. And yes, we will get to that. My god. Weavile. It's just a whole boss. I mean, honestly, if Cyrus just had a team of only Weaviles, this would be impossible. But yeah, as you can see, I told Lily Aerial Ace because I just wanted a move that didn't miss, a move that could provide flying coverage and just hit hard enough. So yeah, I failed right there. As you can see, got punished. So that was actually another failed attempt, but I promise, no more failure. From here on out, no more failure. So yeah, you gotta be careful. Because I tend to get punished for getting greedy. So this is probably where you want to actually calculate how many growls you need, how much damage you need, so you don't get greedy. Because I don't know, I just estimate, and I get punished with crits. But I get a stun spore off, which is really good. And that's all I need a Rota for, just slow the Sneasel down. Slow him down. Now, of course I want the Leech Seed, because I want the recovery. And Sneasel throws it by going for a Screech, which won't matter. Now set up a Sunny Day. Sunny Day is pretty helpful because our 10th growth gets twice the speed in Sunny Day, which is really good. But at this point, I may still be under the assumption that Flower Gift activates, but Flower Gift only activates in a double battle. So here I try to go for the Ancient Power boost, and I don't get it, unfortunately. If I were to get it, I could pretty much sweep, but I don't. So do I get it here? No, but at least he missed his attack, and he did half. So I'm doing pretty good damage for not getting the boost. But now the sun is over, so it can't outspeed the Murkrow. But I get the clutch quick claw, and paralyze. This is super lucky. So I'll go ahead, slap that berry off, so Murkrow can't recover anymore. So I'm at a crossroads here. Do I go for Ancient Power, try to KO, get more damage? No, I just switch out because I wasn't confident that Tangrowth could handle another Drill Peck. I'm so glad Lily is so tanky. Don't underestimate Leafeon. Leafeon is, like I said, really good. Tanky. Can really tank hits for you. Except special hits. Leafeon cannot tank any special hit, unfortunately. But physical stuff, yes. Okay, Murkrow's Nightshade is super annoying. It's going to always deal 36 damage. And that's because Nightshade deals the same amount of damage as your level. So Nightshade is actually a really annoying move to deal with, because it consistently deals 36 no matter what. And that's a pretty huge chunk of damage. So I cannot keep Leafeon in. I gotta switch. So I'm deciding who to switch to. Do I go to Torterra? Try to take him out? Do I go to my Cherim? Try to Elite Seed? What do I do? So I do go to my Cherim, which is really risky here. And yeah, I can't do this. So I gotta switch out again. So this turn, I think I was kind of banking on the paralysis, but didn't get lucky. And now he's just spamming Nightshade. But here's the fun part. Bite. And you may think I'm crazy for going for Bite. But here's the thing. Para flinch. I bite, which can flinch, but he can also get paralyzed. Back to back. So while my bite's not doing a lot of damage, he's just flinching or getting paralyzed. So it's actually genius. Got extremely lucky here. Extremely lucky. I'm so glad because this fight has been super unlucky for me. But right at the end, come clutch. So that's how you beat Cyrus. It may take some luck, but you can do it. Here comes the next berry fight. And by the way, you may notice that in this part, I've decided to limit showing you all my failures. And that's simply because this video would be like 2 hours long if I showed you all my failures. So I decided to maybe show like 1 or 2 failures, but really focus on my successful runs. Because my goodness, it was so frustrating getting this footage. But once again, this is kind of risky. You really don't want to let a Staraptor set up on you with all these double teams, because they get so annoying to hit. But fortunately, I taught Lily Aerial Ace. She's not doing much damage. But no matter. Because he can't do much damage back anyway. So I decided just to keep Lily in. Just don't bother setting up. Just take him out. And by the way, just in general, in this challenge, I make sure to use any item that you can legally get. Okay? So of course, Heracross would have went down in one shot if I didn't get intimidated. But that's okay. But I just make sure any item that I get is any item you can get to. Alright, so I may have access to some items you may not normally see, but it's not because you can't get it. It's because you have to really look for it, or you have to get lucky. Unlike me, who just got unlucky with that burn. Do I fail this run? I may fail, because Earthquake can't kill it from this range. And I really needed Torterra to kill. So yeah, this run was unsuccessful. So I'll go ahead and load up a whole nother run. So pretty much the same strategy applies here. I just got really unlucky there. I cannot get burned. I cannot get burned. Right, I think basically my whole team except Roserade and Cherubi, actually Churn. My whole team besides those two are physical attackers. So I can't afford to get burned. Now, a Tangrowth has good special attack too. But a burn is pretty much a run killer. I cannot get burned. So this time I decide to switch out. Go ahead and Leech Seed. I hope it lands. Does it land? Nope. Nope. Once again. 3rd time in a row. 3 times in a row. I'm really trying to get Leech Seed. Again, this is really risky because I could have got crit and died. But now that the Leech Seed is up, I can either stun Spore, I can either try to set up from here. I decided to go with Lily. And basically, the Leech Seed allows Lily to get HP back and also just keep hurting Staraptor. So remember, in that failed run, I wasn't recovering health. I was taking damage while dealing damage. But here, I can safely deal damage and take it and And I shook off the Intimidate so I can Oko the Heracross. That's really important. So here I can use the Aerial Ace or Growl, but I decided to go for a Growl. Just to weaken the Infernape. Yeah, he's not doing much damage. And Aerial Ace just to get that chip damage. I mean, that's way more than chip. But now my Torterra can safely KO Infernape, even if he gets a burn. He can KO. So one Earthquake and he's dead. So yeah, you're starting to see that I'm not really able to set up my curse sweeps quite as easily anymore. So I'll go for alternative strategies. Yeah, this Voltsul just Swifts, which is pretty weak. So easy pickings here. And Roserade is pretty easy to take care of. She goes for Giga Drain. I mean, this Roserade's now. And that was really risky. It could have died there to a crit. Because unfortunately, Torterra becomes neutral to grass due to being part ground. So, it's kind of annoying. He's like the only grass type that's neutral to grass in this run. Unfortunately, I have a healthy Tangrowth to take out the Roserade. And that's the berry fight. Pretty easy, but once again, come prepared, or else you'll get unlucky like I did. Okay, here's Byron. Here, Byron. Let's see. I did fail like one time against Byron. Because I think I got like a little, let's see here, little prideful here. A little, a little too bold, because I figured I could just kind of sweep him with Torterra, because, Magneton is 4 times weak to ground, so I could take out the Magneton. I could take out the Steelix, take out the Bastionok, because they're 4 times weak to ground. But I didn't realize that Flash Cannon does so much damage, more damage than I thought. And unfortunately, Steelix has so much defense that I can't Oko with just one curse. And he has Ice Fang. This is really, really bad, so I'll try again. Second try. If I don't get this one, I'm going to have to skip forward to my actual successful run. But yeah, getting hit with a crit Flash Cannon is really bad there. I died right here. So, as you can see, I got unlucky twice in a row. So, let's see a feature where I get things much better. Alright, I think this is the run. Now, as you can see, after my failure, I realized that my biggest fear is the Steelix. I can't sweep him with just one curse. He has Ice Fang. So as you can see, I didn't even bother setting up like I wanted to, because I keep getting hit hard by the Magneton, which is really annoying. I can't believe that Steelix just missed that Ice Fang. Could have stayed in. Like, if I would have stayed in with Torterra, I could have taken out the Steelix, because he missed Ice Fang and I'm faster. But that's okay. Sandstorm just does not matter. It's just a throw. So here I'm trying to make a decision. Who do I switch to? I'm still worried about the Ice Fang. So I'll take another Flash Cannon, and I'm taking damage from the Sandstorm here. It's not looking very good. I'm running low on health. Unfortunately, Steelix get paralyzed here. Relying on paralysis isn't very ideal. Only a 25% chance, I think, to paralyze. And this is not looking good. And I get that special defense drop. Very, very bad. Do I even pass this one? I don't think so. I'm dead here. Yes, you can see another failed attempt. So, what I went ahead and did, I just want to get Magneton out of the way. I'm tired of those flash cannons hitting me. So I just got Magneton out of here, straight up. And this is how I went, right here. Since my Leafeon is tanky, she can just tank those Ice Fangs pretty well. So I can just lower Steelix's attack. So my Torterra can tank an Ice Fang. Or at least 2 Ice Fangs. And yeah, he cut my strategy short because of that crit. And I really hate crits. So my goodness, crits have really been run killers for me. And I'm pretty sure for many of you. Having poor special defense really sucks. And I keep getting dropped special defense. But I'll just go ahead and try to set up a curse. And he probably went for the Flash Cannon again because of my special defense drop. This is pretty risky because if I get crit, once again I'm dead. But I know that at this point I should be able to OKO the Steelix. Barely lived. And I got a crit. Okay, this part right here is so clutch. I'm at 8 health. I'm going to get outsped by the Bastiodon. Stone Edge lives on 1 HP. This is insane. And OKO with a 4 times effective Earth Wave. If it weren't for that second curse, I would have died right there. But so glad Torterra resists rock and it had 2 curses up. And I barely survived. So as you can see, sometimes your luck, it gives and takes. It gives and takes. So I should be able to beat Saturn. It's just one turn. Saturn is like the easiest commander. I say that as I get crit. So that pretty much just ruined what I wanted to do. And like I was saying earlier, unfortunately, I don't really use Carnivine. I think I used them like once off screen. But I don't really use Carnivine like I want to because Carnivine just serves no purpose. He's a pure grass type. I already have plenty of those. He has bad speed, bad stats all around. He has no coverage. The only coverage he gets are like dark moves. He doesn't hit hard. He's not tanky. He doesn't really serve any role. He has Levitate, which is pretty useless. He already resists ground. And I already have access to a grass flying type, which is also immune. Which is pretty pointless. So, if you can find a way to use Carnivine on your grass only challenge, go ahead. But I really hope in BDSP they buff him. Maybe give Carnivine. Carnivine just needs more stats. An extra evolution. I would really love a mega evolution for Carnivine that makes him part fire, grass fire type, like a Piranha Plant from Mario. That'd be really cool. Really cool and really helpful, and actually make Carnivine have a purpose. But yeah, that's Saturn out of the way. Pretty easy stuff. Now here's Marv. The second fight with her is tougher than the first. But once again, I should be able to do this in one go. So does it happen? Well, let's see. Really hope so, because I want this part to be not super long, but it is going to be longer than part 1. Just letting you know. So let's see what happens. Switch out. Get supersonic. Fortunately, I am faster due to the sun. Unfortunately, I don't get the boost. And double, unfortunately, Tangrowth has horrible special defense. So, she cannot take super effective special hits at all. So, it really sucks. Okay, Natural Gift is a pretty good move to have. And I think I've tried strategies with Natural Gift, so I would recommend, if you want a super effective move coverage that you don't have, get Natural Gift and look up what berries do what. What berries have what type. Because Natural Gift can come in handy. So I decided to get rid of Knockoff because in this generation, Knockoff only does 20 damage. It's really pathetic. Like, Knockoff just does nothing but Knockoff. So Knockoff is pretty useless. I get lucky and get out of Confusion and get out Paralysis. And you know the drill. I really want to set up so I can really take out the Perugly, because Perugly actually has coverage against us. She has Aerial Ace. She hits hard. But unfortunately, I keep having to change my strategy just a little bit. You want to be a little flexible in your strategy if you can. Yeah, as you can see, I took the chance there and I failed. So I want to be sure that I get the correct run through. So let's see what happens. Okay, here's the run right here. You were getting a little sneak peek of a failure and another failure. Yeah, getting crit sucks so much. Oh my goodness. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. If I showed you everything, I'm telling you, it would be like 2 hours long. This has to be another field run too. And like, oh my, like, you just seen back to back, like 2 failed attempts. Really 3 failed attempts right there, back to back. You see how easy it is? It's just super insane, but I promise this one, I should be good to go right here. No more crits. So let's see if my strategy finally works. Now, getting a toxic is pretty annoying because that means Tangrowth cannot stay in. But fortunately, I do have Leech Seed to kind of balance it. Still not getting that boost, but it's okay because I don't think I could keep Tangrowth in anyway. Because she can't really do anything to the Bronzor. Yeah, I only have non-effective moves, but I did teach Natural Gift. I gave her a berry that did firepower. So, like I said, you can always go look it up to see what berries do what. And you're going to see me with berries that you may be like, wait, where can I find that berry? You can get any berry in this game, pretty much. There's a berry, a lady that gives you a berry every day. There's like 2 different ladies that give you berries every day. And it's a random berry. And they can be really helpful to you. But for my purposes, I did use a cheat to give me access to all the berries. But it's legal because you can get any berry in this game. It's just impractical because it's kind of random and it takes a lot of time. What I did was just speed up the process. But you can do what I did. You can do it the natural way, but you gotta get really lucky. But anyway, I'm finally able to set up the curse so I can just take out this periphery without much issue. Mars. I really wish I would have seen her in the latest BDSP trailer. Unfortunate they didn't show her or any of the commanders. They barely showed Cyrus. But yeah, that's for Ugly Down. Mars. She's the best, but unfortunately she's not the best commander in terms of power. But in terms of everything else, I consider her the best. Yeah, here I just cut to Snover. He is my final encounter. He is going to come really clutch. You need Snover. Honestly, if this game didn't introduce the first and only grass and ice type, I don't think this would be possible. Because Snover's ice typing comes really clutch for flying types. Now, by the way, I showed this battle against this ace trainer because, like I said, he wiped me, and like that camper Jacob, I want to get my revenge on camera. So yeah, he just wiped my team before, and that's because I set up a sunny day, and he switched out to his Magmar. It just flamethrowed everybody on my team, and I couldn't do anything about it because Magmar just outspeeds, and Sun boosted flamethrower takes us all out. So I just wanted to put him on blast right here. Now, here's the Candice fight. And I'm going to be sure just to cut to the actual passing. Okay guys, I decided to just cut straight to my winning battle. And I need you to see my new team, because I did change some things. I taught some new moves, gave some different items. And that's because Candice is so hard. She just counters your team. Like, Sneasel was a problem, as you saw with Cyrus. Like, her biggest problem is her Frostlass. I love Frostlass, but she's such a pain because she's so fast. She's fast. She's pretty much faster than anyone on my team, and she hits hard with Blizzard. It's just, I can't really do much, and I'm weak on the special defense side of things. So, like, I promise y'all, this recording is like 90 minutes long. It's almost 90 minutes long, and like 100 minutes for trying to beat Candice. It's not ridiculous. So I just had to skip straight to this part. This video is already long enough. This part is already long enough. We still have other boss battles to do. So anyway, finally things are starting to go my way right now. You know, weaken the Sneasel with growls. Try to leap seed. Get that support. And I don't have my Torterra to curse setup. And curse setup would be useless because I'll just get Blizzard. But yeah, I just said I got super lucky, and right there I got crit. Oh my god. Don't you just hate crits? Like, my opponents get crits so many times, I barely get any lucky crits. I get so unlucky way too often. So you really gotta be careful. See, look at there, another crit. And I've seen other Nuzlockers do these challenges, and I know a certain one he did his own grass challenge run. I don't know how did he do it without any deaths, without multiple attempts, because it's just crit city, crit here, crit there. See, I'm taking so long on the Sneasel because she's that much of a problem. But Yeti, the Bomber Snow is going to be so clutch here. In this fight, I had to rely so much on really just not getting unlucky. It's not even about getting lucky. It's just about not getting unlucky. I've just been getting unlucky. But as you can see, I taught her some new moves. I got Reflect. It's just going to help against the Sneasel, the Bomb Stomp, pretty much everyone except Frostlass, who just spams special moves, and I got Substitute, which is really good. Yes, I went to Substitute strats. I've never really used Substitute before, but this playthrough has taught me Substitute is so good. Substitute in Leech Seed support, oh yes. And Stun Spore. And I get the boost. It's pretty much just going my way now. Now I'm hoping for Sweet Fear. But unfortunately, it's not enough to boost, it's not enough. And of course this Blizzard is going to take out my Substitute. The sun is up, so I'm still faster, and Frostlass is dead. So, right there, the sun and Substitute came in clutch. Sun, Substitute, and Ancient Power Boost. Now, I wasn't even relying on Ancient Power to get boosted, but I just got really lucky here, actually. So. It's good for me, but it's also bad because I want to show you a strategy to beat Candice without relying so much on luck. Because really, the boost is really carrying me so hard right now. Like it's just carrying me right now. I didn't even think I'll get it, but it came in really clutch. But we take those. But you can't beat her without getting boosted like that. I would have probably had to switch out versus Frostlass, but you can do it. You can do it. Well, like I said, really, Candice is about just not getting unlucky. Can you just beat her without getting unlucky? Because you didn't have the proper strategy, but she would just crit you, freeze you, just give you a bad time. So the Substitute is really good, Reflect is good. If you can get a light screen up, that'd be perfect, but I couldn't. Because I needed to save Yeti for the Pillow Swine and the Bomber Snow Ditto. So yeah, I taught him Iron Tail. Because it's gonna come in handy against the other Bomber Snow. Fortunately, I don't miss. Even though Focus missed. Can you believe it? I'm getting not unlucky. So finally, Candice is defeated. She's the toughest. She's honestly probably the toughest one. Probably only second to Cyrus. Candice is such a pain. But you can beat her too. If I can, you can too. I recommend getting the Substitute, getting the support, and they'll get crit or frozen, and you're good to go. Alright, next up, we have the next Cyrus fight. Here's a look at my team, and come up with a strategy here to beat Cyrus with no deaths. Okay, so this fight is really hard. Cyrus just gets harder and harder as you fight him. Like, this dude is really a final boss character. Like, his 3 Pokemon can just wipe my team. So here's what I do. I lead out with my 10 growth wild. And yeah, I try to stun spore because we want to slow down the Sneasel. And obviously the reflect. Very important move, I recommend it. The reflect is for increasing our defense. So as you can see, the strategy is pretty much similar to what I've been doing in the previous fights. I'm trying to slow down the Sneasel and set up. And I do that by, paralyzing it, getting a Leech Seed for health support, getting Reflect or Growl. So yeah, this time instead of Growl, I just started with Reflect. And Abomasnow is really helpful because Abomasnow isn't weak to ice, only neutral to it. And as you can see, you can learn Light Screen. That's going to help with the Crobat. The Light Screen is for the Crobat. They use Air Slashes. But yeah, it's really helpful that Abomasnow has Ice Stab, so he can take ice hits and he can deal them against flying types, which is what Cyrus has. And yeah, I taught him Iron Tail, as you can see, to take out other ice types, which I'm pretty sure I did show off against Candice. So it's important to have coverage. Fortunately, I get lucky. Too bad it didn't really kill, but that's where hail damage comes in now. Hail damage is pretty risky because it hurts my team too, and it can get really annoying. Coming up with different strategies to win, it could be tricky when you're about to die, and I would have won, but hail damage just takes away my victory. So it is tricky. But the Honchkrow here is really, really dangerous. He hits hard. He's sort of fast. Not that fast, but faster than like half my team. And he hits super hard. Super hard. And that's a big problem. And as you can see, this is like the drawback of hail. In hail, my Leafeon can't really heal with synthesis because I think certain weather reduces the energy you heal back from synthesis, so I had to switch out. Yeah, I'm running out of options here. The best bet I have really is to kind of stun spore. Fortunately, I do get it. And get the paralysis. So now all my team can outspeed Honchkrow, which is really good. I just gotta hope that Honchkrow stays paralyzed or doesn't really go for the Drill Peck. Now, that's the scariest move, Drill Peck. It just hits hard. Unfortunately, yeah, and that wasn't even a crit. Look at all that damage. Look at all that damage. And unfortunate for me, at this point, I do not have any rock coverage on Terror. Now, really, that's kind of foolish on my part because on reflection after making this video, well, while I made this video, I realized that if you go to the cave on your way to Floroma Town, go to the left side of the cave, there's a TM for Rock Tomb. So really, I could have had rock coverage by now, but that's okay, because fortunately, like I said, Abomasnow is really clutch. Yeti came in and got the victory. So you're going to really need Abomasnow. The paralysis was necessary because I could not outspeed otherwise. So Icicle Plate, Ice Boosted, Stab, Ice Punch does the job. And now Saturn. Again, Saturn is the easiest all around. You do want to be prepared for him in this challenge. But he's not really hard. It really doesn't take a lot of tries to get to him, unless you get very unlucky. But sometimes you come in with a good strategy, you don't need that much luck. You just do it. So as you can see, my style of play, if I can, I like to set up on the first Pokemon here. I like to set up on the lead. Usually the lead is weak and you can set up, but not always, and you will see that later. But yeah, Golbat isn't that much of a threat. Air Slash is annoying because it's a special move and it can crit. So unfortunately I don't get crit, and I can just heal. And you know the drill. It's curse time. Yep, curse strat is coming back. Because I just want to sweep his team. Because really after this he has a Bronzor and a Toxicroak, which really aren't threats to my team, not big threats. Bronzong is kind of a joke. And Toxicroak can be scary because, you know, poison, but I have a ground type. So Toxicroak can't really do much. See, that's the benefit of being part ground. So just one Earthquake is enough. And this Bronzor is going to go down easily. So yeah, this was a clean fight. Clean fight against Saturn. So you should not have problems against Saturn. He's pretty simple. Pretty easy. I wish you could fight Charon too. But hey, who knows? Maybe BDSP will help us out there. Okay, now next up is the fight against the two best Commander girls. We get to fight alongside Barry. And I gotta be honest, y'all, this fight took me forever. I finally managed to come up with a strategy. I had to mix and match strategies. But I had to reset a lot of times because a double battle is pretty unpredictable. I'm pretty sure your challenge runs, if you've done it, you know why. Usually, like if your partner, like Barry, has a useless Pokemon out, it's really hard. Especially if the opponents just attack you, they double team you, and just take you out. Remember, in this playthrough, I can't die one time. Everybody has to survive. Or if they all just take out my partner's Pokemon and then just leave me hanging, it's just difficult. So the best thing to do here is to try to keep one of the Bronzors in and only take one out. And honestly, if you can, I also suggest getting rid of Munchlax. Munchlax is just a liability. And I've tried that in my other run-throughs. But for some reason I get lucky here. And Barry switches to his Infernape, which is really, really good. It's really good. So I paralyzed the Bronzors so in hopes that they don't move. So they don't double team on Infernape and use psychic moves. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I have Abomasnow out here because I'm preparing for the Crobats. I want to blizzard them. Because the Crobats, they will take out and well, actually I don't have Blizzard on, but still I want to just kill them. And yeah, and I want to raise special defense. I'm just trying to set up and help out our team for the future fights. And there goes Golbat. And that's also why I had the Stealth Wax out. All this damage really helps. Because unfortunately my Torterra, I taught him Rock Slide. You can get Rock Slide on your way through Mount Coronet. And unfortunately, Rock Slide just isn't enough to kill without a crit. Even the Golbats. Even with like rock boosted plates or moves. Oh yeah, there's Blizzard right there. But even without even with rock boosted items, I still can't OHKO without a crit. So I just figured it's better to go with Yeti here. And as you can see, well, Floatzel kind of messed up here by killing the Bronzor. It was better to let Bronzor live. But it's better off when you keep one of the Bronzors in because they're pretty weak and slow. Because what you don't want two Golbats. You don't want Purgly and Skunk take the double team you. That is really tough stuff. Really tough. And by the way, Blizzard isn't doing much to Purgly because Purgly has stick fat actually. Pretty sure Mars Purgly has stick fat, so Blizzard isn't doing much. So yeah, this is the team combo I kind of didn't want, but it's okay. Heracross is out, and he can take out the Purgly, which is really nice. And just the Skunk Tank alone is still dangerous, and as you can see there, I barely survived, barely. If I were like 1 or 2 more HP down, Yeti would be dead. And Yeti weren't an ice type, he would have been dead too. But unfortunately, done enough damage that I could switch out and safe. And there we go, Barry comes in clutch. So I consider that a clean fight. Yeah, you want to make sure you have the right items and strategy, and you can win. You just got to be really careful. Try to immobilize the Bronzors, and you can do it. Now, on to the Distortion World. The final battle with Cyrus awaits. Here we are, the final Cyrus fight. This is the team that will win. It's time to end this once and for all. I gotta be honest, guys. This took me it took me like 2 hours to get through this. But I finally got it. As you can see, I gave my 10 growth a Orca Berry to reduce the fire damage, which is absolutely necessary. You can get one too. Those berries are legal. All these berries are legal. I need him to be put to sleep. y'all might think I'm crazy, but I've learned something. I've learned something in this fight. 1, you need a lot of luck to win. If you don't get lucky, you won't win. I'm sorry. I gotta be honest. You cannot win without luck. And yeah, as you can see, I'm getting very lucky. But I deserve this. You wouldn't believe how many times I tried to win and I got crit nonstop. But I just have the King's Rock on, which funnily enough, it never activates here. But Rock Polish Torterra sweeps. That's the lesson here. I never knew that. So I really recommend teaching your Torterra Rock Polish. I underrated it. I thought that it would be useless because Torterra is slow. But actually it turns out my Torterra has a speedy nature. I think it's plus speed and minus some special move or something. Not sure which one it is, but at least it's not minus attack. It's not a bad nature. So my Rock Polish Torterra can just sweep. So I think it's even better than Curse late game because speed matters. So don't underestimate that. Don't underestimate Rock Polish Torterra. He is a sweeper. So I'm sorry I slept on him, but not anymore. So he's going to be my new sweeper from now on. Because before I would have him as my slow, tanky sweeper. But I just won't cut it anymore in the late game. So really, if I would have known more about Rock Polish Torterra, and I had Rock Tomb, I could have really swept earlier boss battles. So, learn from my lesson here. Teach your Torterra Rock Polish, get Earthquake, get Rock Moves, and sweep. But anyway, yeah, as you can see here, after I take out Cyrus's most dangerous threats, Weavile and Hodgecrow with critical Rock Slides, I'm good to go. It's really that easy. So, that is Cyrus down, the hardest fight in the game. On to the next part. And now we're at the easiest run of the entire game. Easiest fight. It's so easy, I decided to just use Torterra. Now, I'm going to have Roserade in my party, but that was so I didn't overlevel as I went through the gym. Not only is Volkner so easy, but I'm just demonstrating the power of Rock Polish Torterra. Torterra Rock Polish is all you need to sweep this entire gym. Literally, you can sweep everyone, including Volkner, in this gym with Torterra alone. One Rock Polish, and they're good to go. This is so sad, unfortunately. Volkner is the toughest gym leader, but he gets swept by Earthquake. Yeah, so unfortunately for Volkner, we got to move on to the final Barry fight. Now, this fight took me some attempts because Barry's actually pretty threatening. Usually people just, oh, the rival, oh, I'm not going to show him because he wasn't that hard, but really this time, he truly is really challenging for my team. So I lead out with Yeti, and I realized that I need to get rid of Staraptor. Staraptor, I think he has U-turn and Intimidate. It's just annoying to deal with. I just need to get rid of him before I try to set up on him like I used to with Star Arabia, but it just didn't work out. So I just got rid of him this time with Blizzard. And the health is annoying because it does hurt my team. There you go. Focus miss. Man, it feels so good with the NPCs miss that move. Oh my goodness. You know, if I would have known he was going to miss, I could have Rock Polished. So it would have helped against the rest of the team. But it's okay. Because it's not like I could really get rid of Heracross anyway. Because he resists ground. He resists the coverage that I have. I don't have anything for Heracross, for Torterra. But fortunately, Lily knows Aerial Ace, and since Staraptor is gone, I don't have to worry about Intimidate, so this is an Oko. Easy. I mean, also I have the Sky Plate, which you can get underground. Go underground, go get those plates, you can get all these items. Yeah, I get a lucky crit there. I think it would have been fine, maybe. But if he had a special poison move, I probably would have died there. So actually, that was really good to get a crit. So yeah, I don't want the Floatzel to get a crit right here, or to really do big damage. Yeah, Ice Fang. I don't think that would have killed, but if it would have crit, that would have killed. I didn't want to risk it. And there's no reason to risk it. I've been doing this fight for like, what, it's like the 5th or 7th time. But at this point, it's pretty easy, pretty simple. Just put that Floatzel to sleep, because he is fast. Yeah, the Reflect is just in case the Floatzel wakes up and Ice Fangs at any moment. It's also pretty good for the Snorlax, but yeah, just in case he wakes up. So yeah, I'm debating on what to do here, but I go with Sia And my goal here, well, is to set up this sunny day. So I get rid of the hail damage because hail is really annoying. It's just going to be a hindrance from this point on. Fortunately, the break is gone, but it doesn't do much damage, and I don't need it anymore. I get that solar beam off really easily. So now it's just Snorlax, and Snorlax, don't underestimate Snorlax. Snorlax does have rest, so you need to toxic this thing. You need to leech seed. You need to do something that chips away damage. But I suggest leech seed because if you toxic it, use toxic, he's just going to rest and rest and rest and rest, and it's going to be annoying. So and then he could body slam you and paralyze you. So I suggest just leech seed him. So you suck away his health every time, and he can try to use rest, but he's not going to be able to do much. I force him to rest and just heal up. So at this point, the battle is mine. I mean, once you get rid of Barry Staraptor, which I suggest get rid of him early, just get rid of him. He is a menace. Get rid of him. He has Intimidate. He's fast. Hits hard. Get rid of him. U-turn. Get rid of him immediately. That's what I have to do. Then the Infernape is pretty tough. But fortunately, he went for a Focus Blast and missed. And one Earthquake gets rid of him. And those two are the main threats on Barry's team. At least with my grass team. So besides that, Barry's not really scary. So yeah, I'm just kind of lowering his attack so Body Slam doesn't do much. And of course I get paralyzed as soon as I switch. But at this point it doesn't matter. I have Leech Seed, so I'm going to get damage. I'm going to heal. It's only inevitable. Like, Snorlax, even with a crit, can't do anything to me. And even though I'm getting unlucky with this paralysis, I'm still going to win. Like, and the Earthquake, one Earthquake is enough to finish the job. So, let's go to the Elite Four now. And as you can imagine, Aaron and Flint are going to be the toughest Elite Four members for us to deal with. But there is a way to win with no deaths. Did it take me a few attempts? Went a little crazy, but it wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad. You don't need a lot of luck to get this one, okay? Unlike Cyrus. Literally, I had to get lucky. But this is pretty simple. I learned you need to really get rid of this Young Mega as fast as you can. So I have a boosted Rock Slide because Young Mega and Vespiquen can be really annoying. But especially Young Mega with the speed boost and the invasion spam. I even raised my levels up a bit. The level cap is 62 actually. I go up to the champions level. So the level cap is 62. But I try to not go overboard. But hey, I gotta win somehow. Yeah, fortunately 2 Earthquakes are enough to take off the Scizor. My original plan, I wanted to use Weather Ball. By the way, Weather Ball, you're gonna see more of Weather Ball strategies. Teach your Roserade Weather Ball. But I wanted to use Weather Ball, Sunny Day strat to Oko the Scizor and to take out the rest of the team with a boosted Weather Ball that's fire type. But unfortunately that strategy didn't work out. And that's because of the Young Mega. So that's why I just got rid of Young Mega immediately. Yeah, fortunately for us, Drapion isn't a bug type. So ground moves are super effective. So all I gotta do is just growl a couple of times to lower that physical attack. And then good. Now, I wanted to get Torterra out here but I'm not sure if I can do that safely. And that's why I go for Stun Spore. I want to slow him down. And getting a Torterra out here is pretty risky still, because I'm sure a crit move can kill at this point. But right there, I could have switched in Torterra safely because he just got paralyzed. But, you know, I'm just trying to get that chip damage because I really want to be sure that that if I do bring out Torterra, I want to be sure if I bring him out, Earthquake will KO. Because I'm sure if Drapion lands like one solid hit, my Torterra's stud, and I can't afford that. So yeah, here I have to take a risk, and I go for Torterra. Again, and it's pretty risky. But fortunately, all those growls and being neutral to poison, it does help out. And I'm able to safely switch in and get out an Earthquake. And that's Aaron. So he's not so bad. But you gotta be smart with it. You gotta be smart. Have rock coverage, have rock boosted items. Now, Bertha is one of the easiest. Now, I will say, don't underestimate her because her glide score is pretty dangerous. And she does have some ice coverage. But, like I said, she's so easy. I mean, other than that, she's easy. I mean, like 4 of her Pokemon, 2 or 3 of her Pokemon are 4 times weak to grass. Our team can't really do that much to us. We have the upper hand here. But do take Bertha seriously. Don't joke on her. Take her seriously. But you don't have to sweat it. You just don't get unlucky and you win. Even with a bit of unluck, you can still win. The Glasgow is the only scary member of our team. But that's where Yeti comes in to save us. Get rid of the Sandstorm, neutral to Ice Fang, and has Ice Stab to get rid of the Glasgow. Here I go for the Ice Shard because I think Glasgow does no Fire Fang. Unfortunately, that does not kill, and fortunately, Yeti survived that no times effective Fire Fang, and since Bertha wastes a turn, she's dead. And yeah, that's thanks to Reflect. That's why, please, teach Reflect, teach Light Screen. You're going to need it. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure Yeti would have died to that Fire Fang. But yeah, at this point, it's just really easy. I could go for Wood Hammer here, and I do. And it is pretty risky because it does a lot of recoil damage. I could have went for Blizzard, but I wasn't sure if it was Oko. I wasn't sure. So I just went for the guaranteed 4 times effective move. Here I'm deciding who to switch to because Wood Hammer, I don't know if it was Oko because Rhyperior does have lots of defense. It may OKO, but it will also KO Yeti. It can't afford any loss. So I'm deciding, okay, what do I pick? I know Rhyperior has Filter, I think, which reduces super effective hits by 25%. And Rhyperior has lots of physical defense. So if I want to take out Rhyperior, the best way is using special moves. You can use physical moves, but special moves are better. And yeah, as you can see, she's trying to hit me with avalanches, which is terrifying. If you are hitting with physical moves and she survives, you're going to get avalanche, and that does double the damage. And that's why I didn't break out Torterra, because I was afraid of that. Because I don't have any grass moves in my Torterra at the moment. I only have ground and rock moves. So it wasn't very safe. If I didn't KO, my Torterra would have been gone. So I get Roserade, who's a special attacker, and just pedal dance for the win. Not so bad. Not too bad. Now I bet you're wondering, DJ, how do you get past Flint with no death? Come on, fire. You have grass types, he has fire. How do you do it? Big brain time. Teach Lily your Leafeon Rain Dance, because she's fast, she can set it up. That weakens fire moves, but that's only half the story. Also, I have Weather Ball and Rosa, which becomes water move. And I suggest getting like a Mystic Water, anything that boosts water attacks, or get Choice Specs to boost special attacks. Either one will do. And I just got rid of 2 of Flint's threats. Just like that. Now, unfortunately, I can't outspeed Roserade. But look at this. Look at how much damage that does. That's the power of Choice Specs. That's Choice Specs right there. And that's why I didn't switch to Growth. But think about it. Rapidash resists fire, but took like over half to that. That's the power of Choice Specs and Weather Ball. And that's why I gave Torterra an Orca Berry so he can switch in. And I know he's going to go for full restore, so I'll Rock Polish. And remember, Rock Polish Torterra sweeps. He sweeps. No one outspeeds Rock Polish Torterra with a speedy nature. No one. If Weavile can't outspeed, no one else can. So, Earthquake. I don't think a crit was necessary, but who cares? They can't do anything to me anymore. Earthquake, you're dead. Once again, Rock Polish Torterra is a godsend. If I could tell myself from the past, I would have used Rock Polish Torterra before. Man, I love Torterra. Anyway, on to Lucian's fight. So with the hardest fights out the way, Lucian is like right in the middle. Right in the middle. Actually, I had a harder time with Lucian than Flint. Flint was kind of a joke, which is surprising. But that's what happens when you have no coverage for water or ground. You just get swept. But anyway, the goal here for Lucian, I want to set up on this Mr. Mime so my Torterra can safely Rock Polish and sweep. Now, the problem with Mr. Mime is if he sets up a Reflect, it's over because I can't sweep. But fortunately, see, you want Mr. Mime to set up a Reflect first. Don't let him set up Light Screen first. He will set up Light Screen first, reset. You need him to set Reflect up first. So by the time Rock Polish Torterra is ready to sweep, Reflect is gone. And as you can see, Reflect left, so I can OHKO the Espeon, because if Reflect is still up, Espeon would have lived, which is dangerous. Now, unfortunately, because this is pre-Gen 6, Steel types still resist Dark and Ghost. So, Bronzong is neutral to Crunch, but fortunately, Sunny Day, Weather Ball. That's exactly why I gave Sia a Heat Rock to extend Sunny Day, and I have Weather Ball Choice Specs on Roserade. Again, you can get these items in the underground. You can get the Choice Specs in Celestia Town. These are all legal items. Please get them, please. Now, Alakazam is really scary because he's fast and hits hard. And if I could have kept my Torterra out, I would have done so to OHKO this Alakazam, but unfortunately, I couldn't take out the Bronzor with Torterra. But in BDSP, I should be able to, thanks to Steel no longer resisting Dark. But anyway, I was able to put Alakazam to sleep. Thank God it didn't miss. So now all I need is him to stay asleep. I was thinking about switching out here, but remember, Alakazam has trash defense. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to take the chance. I need Alakazam out of here. I don't want him to wake up, so one Power Whip is enough to do the job. probably also takes the hail chip damage. So that leaves Gallade. Gallade, spoiler alert, it's not scary at all. Gallade can't really do anything. Like, the best Gallade has is Cycle Cut. And now that I have Reflect up, yeah, Gallade is just a joke. Gallade just can't do anything. So I get Lily out here, high defense and Reflect. Yeah, can't do anything. And I have Aerial Ace that's boosted. Pretty sure I have boosted Aerial Ace. So that's a wrap from here. So Lucian isn't as easy as you would think. He's also not that hard. He's harder than Flint, but still pretty easy if you come in with the right strategy. Well, it's time for the finale. Cynthia herself. I think she's the second hardest fight. She's only second to Cyrus. The top 3 hardest fights: Cyrus, Cynthia, and then Candice. Now, it took me many attempts to do this, but I finally figured out the perfect strategy with a bit of luck. Take some luck, but not that much. Spiritomb is so free to set up on. So this is a complicated strategy, but that's all you gotta do. I Elite Seed the Spiritomb. This is key. You need to Elite Seed Spiritomb so you can drain her health and heal back up. You need the extra health. I set up the light screen. This is very important. The Spiritomb only has special moves, but you want light screen so Spiritomb has a harder time chipping you down. And I believe I do have items that prolong the effects. Like, I think it's called a light clay. I think I have that on because I want this to last. So my Roserade can come in safely, because now that Roserade's out, Spiritomb is gonna spam Psychic. But I don't want to take out the Spiritomb quite yet. I got rid of the specs, the choice specs, so I can use growth, because you need at least 2 growths if you want to take out Spiritomb. Easy, but I need to take out her Togekiss. That thing is a threat to my team. But with this strategy, she won't be. I mean, he won't be, because her Togekiss is a male. But I like female Togekiss. But anyway, Weather Ball is your friend. That's why I have Hail. I have Hail up because Togekiss. Also for Guard Chomp, but unfortunately I don't get to do that here. But yeah, 2 growths is absolutely necessary to OKO Lucas. So Roserade is pretty much done her job. And I want her to take out Guard Chomp, but it's just too risky. I'm sorry. My best bet is that she goes for a Dragon Rush and misses, but she doesn't. And my Roserade would have died there. So unfortunately, I couldn't stay in and OHKO the Guard Chomp. So I have to deal with this the hard way. Sleep Powder. So you really want the Sleep Powder to last for as long as possible. Guard Chomp outspeeds pretty much everyone on my team, just about. And I really want Yeti to survive, because Yeti can't survive like 2 flamethrowers. Unfortunately, she stays asleep, and 1 blizzard is enough to take her out. Yeti is very important, like I said. Now, unfortunately, that triggers Lucario and not her Roserade. I really want to take her Roserade out too. But fortunately, I can switch into Terra. And I'm sorry, in my editing, I'm going to have these random images come out of nowhere. That's because while recording, my phone received notifications, so gotta cover those up. But anyway, another break is just enough to take out Lucario, and she only has 2 Pokemon left. Her Milotic and Roserade, which are threatening because Milotic has Ice Coverage, which is dangerous for Terra, obviously. Dangerous for Leafeon because of low special defense. Only Only a Bombstone Yeti, only he can really deal with those ice beams. So as you can see, I gave him a citrus berry because he needs the health back. Because I need to do wood hammer. Fortunately, Milotic sometimes goes for mirror coats, which is dumb. And that saved me because if I used wood hammer after an ice beam, after she ice beamed me, I would not have enough health for the rosary, and it is crucial. I clutch it out. 1 HP. So every HP mattered right there. Every HP mattered. That's why I didn't straight up wood hammer a Milotic. I needed a citrus berry to heal up. So yeah, there you go. I clutched out victory against the champion Cynthia. So is it possible to do a Nuzlocke no death challenge run with only grass types? Yes, yes it is possible. So the big lessons here to learn: Rock Polish Torterra is a beast. So I hope BDSP gives him Shell Smash because he will not only get faster, he'll get stronger too. Oh my goodness. This may not be as big of a challenge in BDSP, but I'm going to do this in BDSP too. And I hope by then that I get better at this whole commentary stuff because not many people are going to see this. And I won't blame you. But hey, with feedback and more time, I can get better and better. So yeah, that's the strategy I used. I made some mistakes. I needed some luck to get through it. I encourage you to try it. Maybe you have better strategies than I did. It's not as hard as I made it to be in some cases. You really need to know the game because knowing the game really helps so you know what items to get. Now, to be fair, a lot of the berries and items that I had, a lot of them were just, well, you have to get them through the underground randomly, or get them from berry ladies randomly. A bunch of RNG, and I, cheated myself through that, but because I didn't want to deal with the RNG and waiting a while. So yeah, all that is possible. Just leave. So yeah, berries are your friends. I learned that all these berries, you need them. Berries are not useless. Pick every berry you see. You may need it. You never know. But yeah, these kind of challenges are so fun to do because I learned new strategies. Like I said, I didn't know Rock Polish or Terror was very useful in a sweeper. I didn't know Weather Ball was usable on Rosary. I didn't know Weather Ball was useful, but it is useful for coverage. Like there's no fire type, grass fire type, so we have no fire coverage, and we have no water coverage. But fortunately, Rosary with Weather Ball comes in handy. So keep all these things in mind. And yeah, that's the end of this challenge run. I'm sorry that it's so long. Feedback would be appreciated if you watched it this far. I'm gonna try to, you know, edit this as much as I can. But anyway, yeah, I can't wait for BDSP. I'm gonna do a playthrough of that. I'm gonna do more challenge runs like this, and by then, I have a better mic, better editing, maybe even better script. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, thanks for watching to this point, and see you on the next video about BDSP, which I hope is soon. Oh my goodness, imagine Mega Torterra. Anyway, that's it for the challenge.